Hello there, I'm Dark Shades and I'm broadcasting out of the east of England. Welcome to my channel, and this is now a relationship channel. And as usual, I kind of talk about incidents that I've heard about, that somebody's told me, or I've experienced myself. And I kind of put all these experiences together and I share them with you with a view to seeing how many of us are in the same bowl. Is it the same bowl or in the same basket? Because a lot of us, we think our circumstances or our experiences are different. We feel as though it's unique, and it's only in talking about it, you're like, bloody hell, it sounds like my life. It sounds like that whatever that person is going through is exactly what I've been going through. So it kind of puts us all on a level playing field and makes us feel as though we've got company. We're not alone. We're not alone in our traumas. We're not alone in our disappointments. We're not alone in our betrayals. We're not alone in our challenges. And so Dark Shades is about that. It's about, lifting off all that darkness, taking us into a light by giving things a different perspective. Now, today I wanted to talk about a situation that somebody was talking about, and I recall being in a similar situation several years ago. But it just, as that person was talking to me, I was thinking to myself, my God, experiences are so similar. And what you'll find is that people who have grown up with similar experiences have similar outcomes. So it's almost like we're all carbon copies of someone else. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about women who are in relationships and they find themselves that they've chosen the wrong person. And they are trying to make it work, and for whatever reason, this person is not very nice. So what happens is that, you're kind of going through the motions, and you feel like as a woman, you have to do the nurturing, you have to look after, and you kind of make all these sacrifices. Whereas if a man wants to up and leave, they're just gone. But if a woman decides that, okay, it's over for whatever reason, it's like a big hoo-ha. Just cannot get the person out under any circumstances. Cannot talk to them, whatever, until they're ready. That is what you have to deal with. So, in this particular situation, this girl is in a relationship with somebody and she wants the person to leave. The person will not leave. The person is illiterate. The person hasn't got a job. The person hasn't got any money. The person hasn't got any living relatives. And so that woman is in a situation where she feels kind of tied, because she wants to say to this person, look, it's too much for me. But this person is not having it. This person, oh no, you're the only one for me. We've been together for years. You are my other. And not realizing how much he's weighing her down. She's getting depressed. She's upset. She feels obligated. She feels responsible. And he hasn't got a clue. No clue whatsoever. So this woman is saying, look, the only way I can deal with this situation is if I actually give him a care package, which would mean she would either have to find him somewhere to live, she would have to set him up with funds, she would have to, what else would she have to do? Probably find him a job, and that kind of stuff. Anyway, so she was saying Why is it when a man wants to leave a woman, he just up and leaves within a second? No second thought, he's gone. And yet, if a woman wants to leave, it's a totally different ball game. Some women get murdered just at the thought of actually suggesting that, oh, it's over. So she was asking, why is that? Why is it different rules? What is it about women and men? Why it's so easy for a man to get up and leave? He hasn't got a problem. As long as he sees somebody out there who's going to nurture him, who he feels is going to look after him, who he feels he can get on with, the woman that he's living with, she's yesterday's news. She's not important. She has no relevance anymore. He's found a younger, a newer, and a better model. And yet, if it's the other way around, it's not the same smoothness. Regardless, that woman is still left devastated. If she loves that man, she's left devastated. And it's almost like it's a rule for one and a different rule for another. It's almost like it's okay for you to be devastated as a woman. You'll get over it. But it's not okay for me to be devastated as a man. So, I was trying to understand why this happens. And is it because women are nurturers? Is it because we are naturally born to assist, to be compassionate, to be empathetic, to be sympathetic? Are we naturally givers? You can't say these are natural because you find some women who are white biatches, don't you? Not every woman is a nurturer. Not every woman is kind, is sympathetic, is thoughtful, is considerate. You've got some right ones out there. So it's got nothing to do with the gender. It's got to do with a type of woman and a type of man. And when the two gel and it's erroneous, it's not a good match for whatever reason, this is when it happens. They do say that narcissists attract empaths, and I think that's sometimes what is happening here, where a woman who will say, look, this is what's happening to me. He's gone off and he left and now he wants to come back and I don't know whether to take him back and I'm not happy and, I don't want him to be on the street and all that kind of stuff. It's because she's probably an empath. She's actually feeling for him. But because he's a narcissist, he's not feeling for her. He's only feeling for himself. So those type of women, they then become like mothers. They're maternal. They end up, like she says, it's like having my son. It's like having a son. I don't have any children, but it's almost like I do have a child. So, so I don't know if you have any thoughts about why that happens, why it's so easy for men to walk out of a relationship, and yet women get hard done by if they try to do the same. You almost have to, live in isolation for several years, or they have to give up everything in order to get away from a relationship. I mean, some women, they give up their homes, they give up every single thing just to free themselves from a relationship. And yet a man can just take his bag and he's off. Why is that? Why does that happen? How does it happen? I'm not quite sure what the answer is, to be honest. Like I said, is it choices? I mean, what type of man just leaves without any thought or consideration? It's almost like a form of abandonment. You've done nothing wrong, you haven't had an argument, you've been getting on, and then one day You come home and he's not there. Everything's gone. His bags are packed. It's not his bags are packed. He's just gone. You come home one day and it's just like he never lived there. There's no evidence of him at all. Why does that happen? When women do that, it's usually a form of escape from abuse. You'll rarely ever find a woman who would just jump ship like that without saying a word, unless she's been abused or threatened in a situation or feels threatened. But for some reason, a man can do it and have no kind of conscience about it at all. But like I said, when it's a woman, she has to start thinking about him, what he's going to do, from what he's not going to do, and how she's going to prevent him doing what she thinks he's going to do. And it's not a fair world. So like I said, I don't know where I'm going with this, but if you do have any thoughts about it, if you're in a position like this and you want to air or you want to share, please write in the comments. I mean, people don't know who anybody is, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'd be interested to have your thoughts on this one. Okay then, bye-bye.